I was lucky once again. Who does not know this expression? Almost everyone has said it at some point. Perhaps after a dangerous situation in traffic, after bad news that turned out not to be true, or when something somehow worked out in the end. This raises the question, why was I actually lucky? And where did this luck come from? If we look at today's impulse, we receive a very clear answer. In the 5th book of Moses, we read, "The Lord your God will give you success in all the work of your hands." That is quite a remarkable sentence, because it tells us that luck is not simply coincidence, not merely a fortunate turn of event or a favorable moment. Behind everything stands God himself. He is the one who blesses, who opens doors, who allows paths to succeed, and who keeps his hands over people. And perhaps this is also answers the question of why. Why was I lucky? Not without reason, but because people are meant to live according to God's will. Because God wants life to succeed. Because he does not want to lead people into destruction, but to protect and guide them. This does not mean that everything will always be easy or that believers will never experience hardship. But it does mean that God's intention for us is good. His will is life, hope, and a future. When people walk in his ways, something good often comes from it, for themselves and for others. And where does this luck come from? From God's goodness, from his love, from his desire to accompany people and bless them with good things. What I also find interesting is that this Bible verse is not only talking about great miracles. It says, in all the work of your hands, right in the middle of everyday life, in the small things, in work, in decisions, in encounters. God does not want to be present only in exceptional moments, but in the midst of our daily lives. Perhaps that is why we should not simply shrug off some moments of good fortune. Perhaps there is far more behind them than we can see at first glance. Perhaps some of our "I was really lucky there" moments are actually quite signs that God wants our lives to succeed under his good will.